Welcome back to Nerd Thug Radio.
Corey DLG.
Captain Joey Savage.
We go DLG.
We are in the middle of the weekly top 3. We got a little crazy last segment, so we only got like 4 entries in. So we're going to speed it up here.
Corey DLG.
You go DLG.
So we're on our number 2s for Corey. Go ahead, man. What you got?
Corey DLG.
That's a horrible video game, by the way.
Garbage.
I saw him create himself in Sims 3. It was horrible. Horrible.
Man, maybe I should make that my number 2 just now on the fly. I hated The Sims. I hated them so much.
I liked Sims when it was still just like you know how like
What was the point?
well, like not I guess Sims
It's
like
like
world
it's like
building.
a dollhouse.
No,
Right.
like I liked when it was like Sim City, where you're building the cities and the
Oh, but that's,
civilizations.
yeah, but
that
that's
was-
like simulated
yeah.
city.
That
That's
was cool.
Not,
And then
it's
they're
not
like,
Sims.
oh, let's do Sims where you can be a person.
Wrong.
Or what's the other one? Was like My Life or something? You ever seen that one? There's like this video game like My Life where you like create yourself and you're in this big open world. They made fun of it one time in the office because Dwight created himself.
You're talking about Other Life.
Other Life.
Half-Life.
Half-Life's
No,
with
no,
it?
no, Other Life. Other Life.
Dwight
Oh
created
yeah, that's the one.
Dwight created it himself and it looked exactly the same. And
Oh,
it
they
was
were
an
so
assistant
great.
to the regional manager.
I've seen like there's this one guy who had like he had a flaming slug as his mount, and he was Kermit the Frog with like a blunt and like samurai sword. It's so great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Why
So-
is that? That's so many questions.
So back to topic, Corey DLG, your number 2 least favorite video game.
The other life.
Sims 4.
Okay, you know what? I have a story to tell about that. No, but my number 2. It's a big group.
Okay.
It's all of the Star Wars and Star Trek games. All of them.
They
Oh,
haven't
but there's
made
some good ones.
Battlefront.
Jedi Knight Academy, the Jedi
Old
Knight
Republic.
games, the
No,
Old
I
Republic,
hate
Knights of the Old Republic.
was a good one.
I hate that
That
one.
was a good one.
The MMORPG thing? No, I
No,
hated
no,
that.
the RPG, not the MMO.
Yeah.
Battlefront.
The RPG was kind of okay.
I like
Battlefront
Battlefront.
was a letdown.
Battlefront.
It
No,
wasn't as
Star Wars Battlefront 2 was like the definitive
That one,
Battlefront.
that game was
That was
awesome.
fantastic.
Yeah.
The old one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the PS2.
PS2.
It was alright.
Oh,
That
that game
was
was
awesome.
awesome.
It was alright.
You could play as Jedi. You could jump like a million times.
Yeah, like
Right, but it was broken.
yeah, because you only got to play for them for a limited amount of time.
Right, but it was broken because like all the Jedi and the Sith were crazy superpowered.
Although, well,
That's
yeah,
how it's
I will
supposed to
say-
be.
I will say, going back to like Nintendo, like Nintendo and
you-
Super Nintendo and like Sega, all those games. Yeah, they were
They
kind
were
of hard.
awful. They were terrible.
I didn't play
games.
Star,
Star
Trek
Wars.
because I didn't feel like saving whales. But
Yeah. But like even on
Star
those
Trek
games,
only.
they weren't. They were
I never played
terrible.
a Star Trek game.
They were bad.
I've never played a Star Trek game.
I have. And
I just
assure
picked
you,
up a Star Wars game
sucked.
for my Nintendo 64. I got, and
Did you get pod racing? That's a good one.
This is what I'm talking about.
and I don't know. I just wasn't into it.
No, they're not good. They're not good.
I like
games.
Battlefront. Like for what it's worth, I mean the graphics are great. I wish there was more you can do.
Right.
Although they said that they're releasing Star Wars Battlefront 2 is coming soon, and there is going to be a single player campaign mode, like a story mode,
Well, and
which is cool.
And Battlefront is designed to be a massive online
Right,
war
right.
game, so I kind of get that part. But even that, there's so much they missed out on because the fun of Battlefront, at least the human version, is that it's fun to like take the helicopters and ride in with your crew and land in the middle of the battlefield and deploy or hijack the tanks.
It's more like a
You see these crazy scenes of like a jet tries to blow up a tank and the tank flies up in the air and the tank shoots the plane that
Right.
flew it up.
yeah. I mean
Exactly.
it's very limited. It's basically one side versus the other. Go shoot
right,
each other.
but they don't
They
like,
could do a lot more with it.
exactly, and it's
Right.
cool as
No,
all
they
the
could.
different Star Wars robots and tanks. You could have AT-ATs you could drive and stuff.
Right. No, they
like,
definitely
But I
could
mean,
have
to
done
the
more.
extent of like the interactions you get, like Luke Skywalker, then it gets like stepped on by like an AT-AT.
right, but that kind of makes sense,
Yeah.
right? A
But,
giant tank is stronger than a Jedi.
I mean, it's still a fun play, but I see, and your list is basically letdowns.
Yeah, yeah.
I can understand. I was
Yeah.
definitely expecting more, and you knew that there was something up with Battlefront when after it came out, like 6 months later, it was already like $19.99 on the
Right.
online store. Like,
Right.
Yeah. When online it's cheap already. Like there's an
It's
issue.
usually a bad sign.
but I still
Yeah.
play it. I still play it like at least once a week.
But like, and the letdown on that one is that it's like, okay, so we've had the Clone Wars, we've had the robots, we've had all these other, and then they just went back into they do the lame rebels against the stormtroopers.
And well, they've added some like downloaded patches and stuff that I haven't downloaded. There's the new they released one that was the Death Star. I mean, I don't know how good they are. Like I don't know what else they've added to it.
Right.
But no, I could see how you would think it was a letdown.
Also, I saw some footage from where they had made a game. You know how Disney, when they bought the Star Wars stuff, they basically canceled a couple of games that were in the middle of being
Right.
made.
Oh, there was a Darth Maul game. that
Right, there was a Darth Maul game
so
there in the middle of
cool.
making it was very interesting looking. But also, there was a game There's a place in Mos Eisley where it's like 400 floors down into the planet, and it's like the slums of Star Wars.
Right.
And so this mission was
Oh, you were like a mercenary.
you're a bounty hunter, and you're looking for this information from these people, and you've got to go through the slums to try and find what you're looking for. And so you get to see this whole other side of Star Wars. And the clip of there's about 10 minutes of playable footage that's somewhere on YouTube. The game's crazy looking. It's awesome.
They just cut it.
I think it's called like 401 or something like that.
Yeah, 4-1 or 451 or something like that. But it's
I
gone.
go first?
It's gone.
Yeah, they just cut it. All right, man. I can see how you get letdowns. So my number 2, similar to you, I'm grouping a bunch of stuff together, and this is coming from my dislike of Sonic Pinball.
Okay.
It's when
Sonic Pinball. That's so
Yeah.
specific.
Well, they take these games and it's like Pokemon Puzzle and Mario Paint and
Hey,
Sonic Pinball and like
Don't talk junk about Mario Paint.
shut up, Mario Paint lover. You know, they take these like big franchise games and just because it's the name of what it is,
Right.
they make some dopey game and release it, and they're like, everyone's
It's
gonna buy
like
it.
shovelware.
Or
Yeah.
Marvel music, or Mario music.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's
That was
like
such a weird
it's
thing.
like, come on, man, just like give us another Sonic game. Just give us another one. Like, don't force me like puzzle games and like.
I'm with you on that because those games don't make any sense.
You
No,
want
like-
you want to play Sonic. You don't want to play Sonic Pinball.
Right, exactly. I don't want to play Sonic Pinball or Sonic Trivia. I just want
Or
to
we're
play
gonna
Sonic.
Sonic Trivia.
Dr. Mario Tetris, basically.
Yeah, no,
That's-
yeah,
Well, that's
no.
another game. I think they just kind of gave it the Dr. Mario.
Yeah,
Right,
but
but
still,
why?
Yeah,
just name it Tetris 2000.
Just name it Pills or what? I mean, I don't know.
that sounds way
The
less
on-
interesting.
The only game that could somewhat get into this genre that I'm talking about that is super awesome would be like Mario Kart, because it's not.
Yeah.
It's the only
yeah.
like
It's a racing game.
I like Mario Tennis, but that's just a specific thing
They-
I really like.
Ugh. They mash together racing and like the
I
Mario
love
universe,
Mario Tennis.
but
Mario
that works.
Power
But then
Tennis.
there's all this crap puzzles and paint and
That
Mario
was,
Tennis,
That was my jam.
Mario Golf.
Shout out to Mario Tennis for giving us the greatest video game character of all time.
Shout out to Nico.
Waluigi, the true god king of the universe.
God, he's got this own camera that's on him now, and he thinks he's special.
He's-
All right, Nico,
I control the cameras.
go ahead, Nico. What's your number 1?
My number 1 is the Mighty Number 9. This is a game that stirred up a lot of controversy.
Really? Because I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
It's by the creator.
This is your Mega Man ripoff game.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
the creator of
That's
Mega
the
Man.
problem. They try to
left-
rip off Mega Man.
No, it's the creator of Mega Man. You're gonna rip off your own thing.
Well, you don't own it when a video game company does. That's
Right.
how
So
you rip it off.
So
rip
he
it off.
left. So he left Capcom a few years ago, and he started a Kickstarter about 3 years ago, and he was like, "Hey, let's make this game that's basically Mega Man." And everyone was really excited about it. All the concept art was great. They were updating the project consistently, and the release date kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. And then the gameplay trailer released, and they're like,
And
"Oh,
it
this doesn't really look
sucked.
that great." And then when it came out, it was just bad.
Okay, here's my thing.
Here we go.
You ready?
What's your deal?
Corey's 2
So,
cents.
I was talking with somebody else about this the other day. I'm uncomfortable with Kickstarters for things like video games and movies because it's very subjective about what they have to release. He was under no obligation to make a good Mega Man ripoff.
Right.
Yeah.
Just a ripoff.
Just a ripoff.
But there has
And also, you've got to remember, video games are not an easy thing to make.
No, they're very difficult.
And so, yes,
made
this,
one time. It
yes,
sucked.
this guy has the know-how, and he's part of a team that made a successful franchise. But that's not a given that what he's going to generate on his own, with his own studio and his own people, is going to be anywhere near as good.
But the interesting thing about it was that he had worked with this team that he worked with again previously and released Mega Man 9, which was released in 2008. And that game was phenomenal.
Right, but you got to remember, they were under a hierarchy at the time. They had bosses. There was levels of performance standards
Right.
that were required. So now they're an independent band, and they can do whatever they want, and they just basically released an EP, and we're like, screw you guys, this is what we sound like now.
Here, yes, I'm going home.
And there's nothing you can do about it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just really disappointing. Although there has been successful Kickstarter games, Shovel Knight is a fantastic game.
It's a joke game, though.
It's really fun.
But it's not like a serious...
Well, it's
Right.
it's serious for
Let's
them.
get serious, though. Corey, what's your number 1?
So, okay, my number 1 is the lack of a good X-Men game.
True. Well, there's 2.
Not...
X-Men Legends.
X-Men Legends 2. They
No.
are great.
I love X-Men Legends.
They're great.
They're fun.
Okay, but how old are those?
They're very
Yeah,
old.
Very old.
So,
But other than that,
the
that's it.
lack of a good X-Men
The
game.
last one was that X-Men Destiny that we roasted like for the last 2 weeks.
Buh.
Just crap.
I give it a buh out of
Or
10.
you get some
Right.
of the X-Men that show up in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Or the
they're-
Avengers Alliance games.
that they're getting cut
Ultimate
from.
Alliance?
They're
that's
not
like
in that
those
game.
are Avengers game based. They're not
Right.
X-Men.
Yeah, but they get like 4 X-Men.
I mean, they don't even. They've made like 15 different Marvel Lego games,
Right.
but nothing with like an X-Men Lego game.
I don't even want to. I want a true X-Men game.
It would be
I
cool.
want a true X-Men game.
No, that's cool.
And there's not one. There's not one.
How sad.
I am sorry.
So my number one.
They make all these damn Spider-Man games.
I know, right?
That new Spider-Man game looks fire.
I know it
though.
really does. I want to fly through buildings and ruin people's days, but
People Day.
people's days. Sorry.
So my number one movie that I hate the worst,
Okay.
or hate the most,
Yes.
Video game,
is
not movie.
the video game. Yeah, is the last Tony Hawk game that came out.
Ooh, that's a good one. Pro
Like-
Skater 5.
God, it sucks, man. It is horrible. Like it is. I don't know. Like I
Pretty
had,
much anything after Pro Skater 3, though, right?
right. Like I had so many good memories of like 1 and 2, just like
Right.
going ham and bananas.
I like
And,
3 because you could unlock Spider-Man.
Yeah, and
And you
I
can do
rented
like the
this
little
one.
whip, the little like. you-
I
Web-
rented this one on the
web-
Redbox,
web the board.
and I just was not impressed. Like
Yeah.
I expected
No.
more, especially for a PlayStation 4.
It was basically like shoved out. There was like a million bugs. Like you could like
Yeah.
literally be like just rolling on your way and then fall through the ground
Yeah,
and
it
then
was,
die.
It was, ugh.
You know, I never understand that. That's the part I never understand.
How do they not get that?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That's the part I don't get.
It's
Not
something
really.
so
Now that
super obvious.
that's something I would expect to see out of a Kickstarter game,
Not
not a
something big.
not a released by a major publisher game.
No, yeah, no, you're definitely right. And
Truly a disappointment because the other Pro Skater games are
Hey,
good.
what's the name of the other crowdfunding website?
Indiegogo.
Right. Indiegogo, they don't require that you make the level of funding. It's like if you set a funding
Oh,
goal,
like flex funding is what they call it.
right. In Kickstarter, if you set a goal,
And you don't make
and
it, you don't get
make
anything.
you don't get any money,
Right.
so you're not on the hook for anything. In Indiegogo, whenever they donate money, that's a lock. So if
Right.
they pledge
so if
$10,
you need $5,000 and you only get 2,500, you get the
you
2,500.
get the 2,500.
I like that.
But now you're under no obligation to complete it
Right.
because I needed $5,000 to complete it.
It also is really shady because none of them require prototypes,
Right.
unlike Kickstarter.
Right.
Let's prototype out this mofo. Let's come back and we'll get into the Nico segment. You're listening to Nerd Thug Radio.
#talking nerdy to you.